Alright guys, what is going on? Benji Price back with another Kingdom Deliverance video. And off screen I went ahead and sold all my stuff. Got some pretty good money, around 2,000 groschen or so. And I went ahead and sold the riveted pauldrons because they were still stolen. I didn't want to carry anything stolen, so I just went ahead and bought the legit ones. I also bought some leg stuff, some new boots and some new leg armor. And this is basically what we're gonna look like for the rest of the game. Full black armor, because I love black armor, and this is the closest thing we're gonna get to black armor. I think historically only one person had full plate black armor, so it would make sense that there's no plate black armor in this game, but we have this instead, and it's pretty cool. Now in my horse I got the St. George sword that I cannot equip right now because I do not have 12 strength, but I'm about to, so when we get that we'll do it. I have a reading skill, but it doesn't really matter what you get. Alright, so let's continue with the quest. We had to go to Sass house, so I'm already here. We gotta go question some people about activities.
God be with you.
So I think the Fresco Master. Right, no, it's not. Never mind.
How come you're
the innkeeper? So we got a question.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Here.
I'm looking for some people you might know something about.
If they come here to drink, maybe. But I won't aid you in any mischief.
How are you, Henry?
I've heard some rough men come here looking to recruit. Have they ever stopped in to eat or drink, or to arrange something?
There were some brawlers that used to fight behind the tavern, but they raised such a commotion. I went and complained, and the town watch drove them off somewhere.
I wasn't thinking about that lot. I'm looking for recruiters that hire mercenaries and other cutthroats.
Don't know about that. Every once in a while, a merchant will hire some help or an escort, but nothing more. Nobody comes here regular. I'd notice if they did.
Do you happen to know where the brawlers you complained about moved on to?
I've not got the slightest inkling. I'm just glad all the shouting stopped. It scared the horses in the stables.
You haven't heard talk of any scoundrels in town?
Well, I have heard some things, but I can't say if they're true or not.
Satisfied?
There's some that talk just to hear the sound of their own voices.
And who's the most frequent topic of that kind of gossip?
Miller Simon. They say he's rich with coin, and it's not from the mill. But that's nonsense. Folk just don't know how much a mill can earn.
Anyone else?
Aye, there's talk of the knacker giving people the evil eye, or them that's not in bailiff's good graces. But I don't suppose that's what you want to know.
Thank you, innkeeper.
Not at all. Would you like something to eat or drink?
Alright, so he tells us about the miller, the knacker, and some guys that were fighting. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk to everybody who were initially questioned, and then we'll make our decision. This should be a shorter episode, shouldn't take too long, but we'll see what happens. Also, I probably won't be uploading every day because it just takes so long to make these videos. And I have other stuff to do, but I'll try to upload at least every other day, so hopefully that'll be good. And we're almost done with the game, so it shouldn't take that long. Now, I think the second person we gotta run into this. It's important. You always gotta run into corners when you're trying to ride around the Sasau, because yeah, that's important. Now, the second person we need to talk to, I think, is this other innkeeper and the bailiff, and they're right next to each other actually. So that's cool.
Good day, Henry.
Greeting. Here.
God save you.
Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
And what's your idea of suspicious?
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Have you heard of anyone looking to hire some rough men?
Mercenaries, you mean?
Yes.
There were some fellows conspiring here in the corner twice a week, and others coming and going. They didn't look entirely respectable, but they never made any trouble.
And what happened to them?
I don't know, they just stopped coming, and I haven't seen hide nor hair of them since.
You haven't heard anything about where they went?
How could I have? They just stopped coming, and that's that.
Where do you think they might be meeting now?
How should I know? I'm an honest innkeeper, not a man at arms. They could be meeting at another inn. They could be meeting in the woods by the light of the moon, for all I know.
Is there any way I'll recognise them?
Unquenchable thirst. They drank like fish. They were rough-looking too, big-bearded and scruffy. Aside from that, they mostly kept to themselves.
That's not much help. What did they do while they were waiting for someone?
They drank. And they played dice. I do remember there were always dice on the table.
So they were fond of dice, were they? And where would you find a game around here?
Anywhere there's dice and usually drink. That's all you need for a game. Although it dawns on me now, I never saw Simon with those men, oddly enough. He's got a nose for drunken dice players with a coin to lose.
Simon who?
Why, the young miller. He runs Catzick Mill. Neighbours are always slandering him for trafficking, but who knows? Maybe he just has a knack for business.
You don't know where I might find some more dishonourable folk?
And why would you want them? You'll set tongues wagging about you.
But they'd be the ones to know what reputable townsfolk don't.
I grant you that. Well, we don't have an executioner, just a knacker. But he's an odd fellow. Like any knacker, I suppose. And there's some strange tales about Miller Simon, too. But I'd say it's just jealousy.
What can you tell me about the knacker?
Decent folk don't talk about him. He deals in carcasses.
I was hoping you'd tell me a bit more than that.
Why should I care about him? He lives in a house by the church, and that's all I know. And all I'll say.
What can you tell me about Simon?
There's not much to tell. He runs Catzick Mill, and some say thieves meet there at night. But isn't there gossip about every miller? I don't think he's a sinner. But only God knows for sure.
Anything else?
You might not find him at the mill. He's a busy man, always out and about making some deal or other. And he likes to throw dice, especially when he sees a fat purse hanging on a drunken belly.
Thank you for the help.
Not at all. But why off so soon? Sit down for a tankard or a bite to eat.
Alright, so basically we learned
Where
that
would you see Forrest,
about the fighters again, so that's a recurring theme. And we learned that the miller, again recurring theme, and they like to play dice. The guys that like to fight, they play dice here, and so is the miller, so he's probably one of the fighters. Honestly, I mean, I don't know, because I never take this route. There's a specific route that I take, because it involves some fighting, and it's my favorite thing to do. So we gotta go talk to the bailiff. He's A, so he should be over here somewhere. Yeah, this route I'm about to take, it's my favorite. It seems pretty simple, and you get to fight, which is cool. Now, the bailiff should have...
Good day, Henry.
Why is his clothes all messed up?
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
I've got a few questions for you, bailiff, if you don't mind. Have you been having some trouble around here?
And what business is it of yours? Did someone complain? Who sent you here?
No one complained, though I'd be interested to know why you think they might. It was Lord Radzig who sent me. He'd heard word that some unsavoury characters are holed up round here.
Begging your pardon, but what the devil does Sir Radzig care about it? And I keep hearing the same from Sir Sebastian, and he's got no dog in this fight either.
Sir Sebastian? Who's that?
Sebastian Baron von Berg. He's here under monastery law to protect us against all this unrest in the land.
Why should he care about the city? That's not his jurisdiction, is it?
Quite true. I'm in charge of this city, but he keeps telling me I've got cutthroats hiding around here, and I should be more vigilant. The goal of the man.
You have an inn, and the horse trails cross here. There must be many travellers come seeking work, and not all of them honest men.
Aye, it's true. Bedlam has broken out once or twice, and restoring order was no easy matter.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No. It's been quiet here lately. Now that I think about it, I don't recall coming across anyone here like that.
Nobody looking for soldiering work, maybe as a merchant's guard?
There's always one or two like that. But if they don't get the job, they move on.
I heard some recruiters are meeting in Sassa. Seemed likely they get up to mischief and people might complain.
Do you think that people here complain and I don't do my job? Nothing of the sort. Old Lederman's the only one that comes complaining, but I pay no heed to him.
And what does this Lederman complain about?
Lederman is our local tanner. Lives by the quarry, which is where, well, some youngsters go there to wrestle.
They go there to fight and that doesn't bother you?
Why would it bother me? Much better to brawl there than in the tavern. At least in the quarry they can't damage anything but each other. And my catchballs go by there from time to time to keep an eye on things.
Have you heard any talk of strangers in the town? Maybe people acting oddly?
Nothing worth mentioning. Sure, there's been some talk about the miller. Folks saying they've been seeing him doing this or that, or people visiting him at night, but he's never done anything. He's a decent enough man for a miller.
I'll try asking him if he's heard anything.
He lives on the other side of the river, by the bogs. But don't go getting your hopes up. He might not be able to help.
Thank you, Bailiff.
Alright, so we learned a pretty good amount about the fighters. They have there's something wrong with the tanner, or they're always bothering the tanner, so let's go talk to this guy real quick.
God save.
God be with
What
you,
can I
Ray.
do for you?
Are you the local knacker?
I'm the local gravedigger. But if there aren't any burials to take care of, I'll turn me hand to knackery.
Well, then you might know a lot of things that others don't.
I'm a decent man. Not always honest, but decent.
Anything fishy going on in these parts?
There certainly is. Candles are being stolen from the church, as brazen as that. What sort of people do that?
Ah, but have you heard of anyone around here hiring adventurers and bandits?
How would I know that? Most people avoid talking to me. I don't even go to the tavern much these days.
And what's been happening in Sasau lately?
Nothing interesting. Except maybe that bitch being slaughtered.
What? Who was she, a villager? I wouldn't call that nothing interesting.
No, I mean a dog bitch. It was a while back, but they called me to clear it up.
What happened?
The dog looked like she'd been hacked to bits. They were scared it was some demon, but as far as I could see, someone took a sword or an axe to her.
Why on earth would anyone do that?
What do I know? Maybe he was snooping around where he shouldn't, and the bitch went for him. I hear there was some dog-bitten fellow being cared for at the monastery. Only they kept him there on account of a broken leg. Maybe that's the same one.
Thank you. I'll be going now.
Very well. Feel free to stop by any time. People shy away from me, except when there's a death, or the cesspit's full.
Alright, so you guys remember when I was doing the Pestilence quest, and I told you guys not to start the quest where you ask Johanka if there was anything wrong in the monastery, or if you could help. If you had done that side quest, you had to heal a guy who was the loudmouth. The loudmouth, he'll just, if you had healed him, he'll thank you, and then he'll tell you that there's people that fight around here, or they're recruiting or something like that, but we already know that. Also, if we go to the miller, he's just gonna tell us that if he hears good things about other millers, good thing about us from other millers, then he'll help us out. But you know, I haven't done anything for any millers or anything. But if you want to go that route, you can do that. I like this route because it's simple and it's not that hard to sort of do, right? So these guys, pay attention to them, right? But before we do that, we're gonna talk to the tanner over here. Say he's got some trouble with some ruffians.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Tanner, I've heard all's not well with you.
It's better now. I must have eaten something bad.
No, I mean you've complained about some ruffians raising hell behind your house.
Aye, true enough. That lot's been a thorn in my side. And when I went to tell them to take it elsewhere, they nearly beat me to a pulp.
When are they there?
Nearly every evening. Every god-forsaken evening. Shouting and bellowing there till nightfall. And then they leave. Probably to get drunk.
How many of them are there?
How would I know? They make as much noise as a herd of wild boar in rutting season.
And did they all attack you?
Aye. They knocked the stuffing right out of me.
And nobody does a thing about it?
I've been to the bailiff, but he couldn't give a rat's arse. There's no commotion under his window, so what does he care?
That's quite a bailiff you've got.
A scarecrow would keep better order.
If you want, I'll take care of them.
Well, you look like you could move mountains, but there are several of them and just one of you.
Perhaps we'll be able to settle things peacefully.
Maybe. They might think twice before kicking your arse.
Perhaps I can reason with them. It doesn't have to come to blows.
Well, break a leg, lad. Or better yet, don't. But if you manage to pull it off, you'll get your reward. Don't worry.
Alright, so he tells us that there's fighters around his house. And he's correct. They're always here in the evening, and it's this guy's right here. Thankfully, it's already the evening time. And so they're already here. We're gonna go ahead and talk to Punch. He's the leader of them.
I'm looking for work, and I've heard someone around here wants fearless men. Do you know anything about it?
I've heard they might be looking for a new knacker. So if you're not afraid of carcasses and the occasional pile of shite.
Thanks, but no thanks. Word has it someone's hiring mercenaries and other fighters.
Well, you've heard more than I.
The tanner sent me. He says you've been causing a commotion at night, and I thought I might convince you to stop.
Ha! So all his whining finally found a friendly ear, did it? Let me tell you something first, whelp. I'm the bailiff's man, and we're not doing anything wrong here. Old Lederman's only been whining like that since he lost a bit of silver. Didn't bother him before that.
He told me different.
Ha! Of course he did. Otherwise no one would help him. Go ahead and ask the lads. They'll tell you the same. It's God's honest truth.
I'll take you at your word. But what should I do now?
The way I see it, you've got two choices. Screw that old liar and leave him be, or get down to business.
What do you mean, get down to business?
Well, you may think you're pretty tough, and if you give us all a thrashing, we might think it over. But then again, we're no strangers to a hard fight.
If I break your arm, then you won't be coming here for a while, will you?
But I'm a fair fellow, so I'll make you an offer. If you enter our tournament and win, which means beating us all, then we'll go elsewhere. If you don't win, then you're flat out of luck and have to leave. That's not so bad, is it?
What are you doing here?
Nothing special. Just a little evening wrestling. It's good for your back and digestion. And your purse too, if you know your business.
If I wanted to join in, what would I have to do?
It's pretty simple. First you have to beat Weed. He's that not too dangerous looking fella there. But some nights, he gets a good rest and he's got God on his side. Then you can try one of those three. Doesn't matter which. And if you whip all three, you can test your mettle against me. Fair enough.
So the last match is with you?
That's right. They say a bout with me is no joke. Just bad humours.
Alright, so we have to go fight them all, but I'm going to go ahead and take off my armor because, yeah, for some reason, your armor actually gets damaged if you get punched, so take off the ring just to be fair, you know, and our sword. Alright, look at you, ready to fight. We gotta go talk to this guy first. He's the first guy we're gonna fight, Weed. We could also ask him about the tanner.
God save you.
So what happened with the tanner?
I heard you gave him quite a beating.
It's his own damn fault.
Really? He just came to tell you to go elsewhere.
That's what he told you? Bollocks! He came of his own accord. It was him started the fuss, after he'd lost all his money.
He really tried to have a go. I wouldn't think he'd have it in him.
He tried, but he didn't have much luck. He does pack a punch. But landing it in the right place, ha! I'm not surprised he's got no children.
Yeah, you could ask him about the thieves in Sasau, but
let's do it.
It doesn't matter. They're gonna tell you the same thing.
Let's go.
Alright.
Ah!
Ooh, try to sneak me? Get out of here. Nice. Nope.
Missed.
Alright. Good dodge. Oh no!
Here.
Basically, every time you hit them, you take away stamina, and every time they try to hit you, they exert stamina. So right now, since we hit him a lot, his stamina is pretty low. He hit us. And that's that. So if you keep dodging and keep the pressure on him, it shouldn't be too hard.
You wanna have a
Got me a
go?
couple times though.
Boys, don't fight.
Alright, Lanky's next.
God be with you.
Let's ask him about the tanner.
Why did you thrash the tanner?
Because he came by one day,
Henry,
lost
I'm
his
glad
money,
you came.
and then started on about how we cheated him and ought to give him back his coin. He was a right pest.
He told me that you jumped him when he asked you to stop making a racket behind his house.
Well, that's sort of true. But he didn't start complaining until he lost his money. Before that, it didn't bother him.
Alright, let's fight.
You look pretty good. But I'm betting it was just luck.
We'll see.
And the other guy's already knocked out there, and they'll pick him up here in a little bit.
What's the matter? Come on.
Nope. Keep the pressure on. Kick.
I'm over here.
Nope. Kick. It's easy. Oh shit. You could try to dodge their attacks, but I like to parry. I like to parry everything. Come on, idiot. And that's that. Screw you, man. And they hit me a lot, though.
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
Hey,
Alright, we're not going to talk about the tanner anymore. They're basically going to tell us that
that wasn't bad.
he tried to
But
cheat
let's
us.
see how you do with money.
Or he got mad because they lost or whatever. They're going to tell you the same story. So
You're dead.
we're just going to go ahead and fight.
Come and get it. Don't go down there.
Nope. The fight against Punchy is actually pretty hard. God, keep pressing the wrong buttons. That's what I get for playing other games. Come here. Oh.
Now.
There you go.
Lost your wind.
Nah, I'm good, dude. Are you? Got him good. Charge the punch up. Oh, come here. And got the head cracker. He's out. One more guy and then we can fight Punchy.
God be with you.
Look at me, I'm all scruffed up.
God save you, Henry. That wasn't bad, but now we'll take it up a notch.
Alright, let's go. I'm warmed up.
Not a good move.
I keep trying to dodge, but woo! Yeah, I keep trying to dodge, but I just mess it up.
Oh, damn.
Probably gonna heal up. I'm probably gonna heal up here in a little bit. No, I won't. Oh shit! Look at me, I messed up.
I want to fight you.
Alright, let's go, man.
You put on quite a show. Can't say I expected it.
Definitely gonna take a shower after this.
Is that the best you can do?
Alright, dude. You gotta stop trying to dodge. I'm not a dodger. I'm a blocker. Oh, he's out. What the? Alright. That was easy. I just gotta wait for him to get back up. Yeah, don't loot him or anything, because then everybody's gonna get on you. Just wait for him to get up. If you try to grab him or anything, if you pick him up, they're gonna be like, I've seen him pick up a dead body, or whatever. Alright, let's talk to him real quick. Actually, should we fight him again? I kinda wanna fight him again.
I want to fight you.
Again? Just don't rough me up so much this time. I've got a reputation to keep up.
Wanna do one for the boys. Alright, kiddo.
Is that the best you can do? Come on, you shite!
He usually doesn't go down so easy, but I don't know what the hell. Damn, I'm cornering the shit out of him. Wow. It's getting wrecked. Oh my god, are you gonna block that? Nope. How'd he hit me? How the hell did he get kicked? I wish they added like more punches, so like uppercuts if you came from down. Oh! Now I'm getting distracted. This is better.
Don't think you can fight me, lads!
Move. Yeah, he's getting tired. Until he's not punching as much. Nope. And should be gone soon. How does he counter those still? So now you're throwing combos, huh, you little... Hopefully there's a much more worthy fight. I should have went to the clinch there. That's bold. Alright, dude. That's it for you. Oh my goodness. Alright. Now we're gonna just go ahead and wait for him to wake up, and then we're gonna talk to him, see what he's gonna tell us. Alright, so here we are. Punchy woke up from his nap. Now we get to talk to him.
That was pretty good. I didn't think you had it in you.
You were really good. I've got to hand it to you. Most lads don't make it past me. So listen, I want to tell you something.
What's that?
There are people here looking for really tough men, and I'd say you fit the bill. So when you walk through town this evening, if there's a light in the church, go in and wait a while. If they like the looks of you, they might give you some work.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
Look here, lads. I hope I won't be seeing you around here again. Go and find some other place for your games.
All right. We'll go. But if you want to fight again, you're always welcome. I bet you'll come off worse next time.
Alright, so now we're done with them. We can go ahead and tell the Tanner about it.
I've taken care of the lads who were bothering you. You'll have a quiet evening tonight.
God bless you, lad. And here's something for your trouble and kindness. Unlike that miserable bailiff.
If anything else grieves you, just say the word.
Alright. Now, let's go ahead and see if we can make it to the bathmates and we can wash up and heal up. That should take us some hours to heal up. And then it'll already be nighttime by that point. We can go to the church, and hopefully these guys didn't lie to us and there's actually people there waiting for us. So the bathmates should be somewhere around here. Hopefully they're still working, because I know they stop working soon. Oh yes. So use services.
I'd like to order something here.
So what are you interested in?
Let's see.
I'll certainly need a physician to treat my wounds. Then a hot bath and laundering my clothes.
But of course. Money first, though.
Fine. Here it is.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied.
Alright, that took way longer than expected, but hopefully we can make it to the church in time to meet those guys that we're supposed to meet. Should still be there. I don't think they go anywhere. I think any time during like the evening and night, they'll be here. So hopefully they are. Now I'm gonna have to wait till next morning. But that'll be fine, because I'll just cut it out. But I think if you wait, yeah.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like. People talk.
Well, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
The bailiff's man told me about you. The one who runs the fight club in the quarry.
Did he now? Well, I hope you trounced him. Bastard took my money at dice.
If you want, I can give him a proper hiding, just to show you I'm serious.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight. But not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Who's Pius? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
I'll have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Oh, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and Pius. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
Murder someone in a monastery? Have you gone mad?
Murder's a sin as it is. Doesn't really matter where you do it.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred. I don't give a damn where you do it, just as long as he ends up dead.
And do you have any other test?
We're not hiring stable boys. We want men who are prepared to do anything. And this is the toughest task we've got.
So how many men have you already sent?
Just a handful.
And what happened to them? Did they hang?
Just the first one. The others turned tail. Guess they didn't have the stomach for it.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk. Then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars. And I doubt he'll suddenly stop drinking.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him,
I'll hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright?
Yeah. So this is the prelude to the very loved, very well thought out mission. That is the monastery mission. But before we go do that, I'll probably gain entry to the monastery today, and then I'll do the monastery in the next video. Before we do that, we gotta get to Sasau and report our findings to our young boss, Sir Radzik Kobla. So I'll see you guys in Sasau, or Ratai, sorry. The hell am I talking about? Alright guys, so on the way to Sasau, we have encountered another wandering knight. This is another one of those mercenary ones. We're just gonna find him for money.
Wouldn't you like to measure your income? I fear that...
Yeah.
Alright, well...
50 bucks.
Oh.
I wish you could bet more money. But unfortunately... Oh crap! I forgot to equip my sword. What the? Come on, lock on. Can't hit nothing.
I'm going to
Nope. Little rusty.
Oh dear, did that hurt?
I don't know, did that? Oh, come on.
Oh well, here you are.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks, loser. Alright, let's go talk to Kobla. Alright, here we are. Let's talk to Radzik.
Greetings. What business have you?
So, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre, it's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rattay. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself.
Alright, so it's good that we have talked to Radzik, because I'm pretty sure you can only do the non-lethal way by talking to him. But now we're going to head to Sasau, and we're going to find that guy they told us about who hangs around the bars, who is going to join the monastery. Alright, so here we are in Sasau again, and we have to go to the inn that we always go to, the one up top here by the monastery. And we should find our fellow mates in here drinking.
Welcome, Henry.
So let's talk to Carl.
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel. So instead, I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
All right.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin, and he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what? Listen, friend, let's raise a glass. Manfred here's a sleepy old goat. We can talk once he dozes off. Please, get rid of him for me, any way you can.
Okay, so we gotta go get rid of our guardian here, Manfred.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
I can see you're a reliable lad. So what shall we have to drink? And while we're at it, why not have a little game?
Alright, I actually have to play the game with him. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and talk to this guy.
What the hell are you doing?
Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
You see that old man sitting at the table with the young lord? He said something about your mother. I think whore was the word he used.
What? He's not getting away with that!
Alright, let's watch that play out real quick.
Here you are.
Oi,
Good
old man! What did you say about my mother?
Pardon me?
I said, what did you say about my dear old man?
I'm glad you're
If
so
she's as
kind.
repulsive as you, I
Here,
have no reason to speak
enjoy
of her at all. Now leave me alone before I put you in your place.
Put me in my place.
God save you, Henry.
I'd like to see you try. I'm gonna smash your face in, old man.
There. Satisfied?
Alright, now we've done that, we can talk to Carl again.
Gee.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the Lord of your fief.
Shit.
Shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bukover was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop until I'm behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
Henry?
Why don't you just run away?
Bare-arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
Here.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You can only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ? I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare-arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
That's all then.
Yeah, so he repeats himself there at the end. But now we have to get the pouch. We have to basically steal from Manfred, but
you know you shouldn't drink so much.
Now that he's fucked up, we can steal from him pretty easily by starting a fight with him.
I'd like to speak to you about something.
What's on your mind?
I hear you've got a writ signed by the abbot granting entry to the monastery.
Indeed I do. What of it?
I need it.
What good would it do you? You don't want to become a monk instead of him, do you?
Yes, I do actually. But I'll need that writ to do it.
Now that's funny. I've never heard such nonsense in my life. The boy must enter the monastery and there's no way around it. If you want to become a monk as well, you'll have to earn your own place.
But he doesn't want to be a monk.
I know.
Got it for you right
Unfortunately, here. There's no other way. You see, he gave the Lord of Bukova an unwanted grandchild. He can count himself lucky he wasn't castrated straight away.
But normally you just need to pay some form of compensation for that sort of offence, don't you?
Yes, 1,000 groschen. But a boy would keep chasing after women, and who knows how it would all end. The monastery really is the safest place for him.
What if you let him run away?
The Lord of Bukova would have me whipped. Karl isn't slipping through my fingers.
Alright, so you could threaten him. That's not going to work. But I am going to bribe him. And hopefully he's drunk enough to where he's going to get pissed off at me trying to bribe him.
What if I give you a few shiny groschen for that writ?
You dare question my honour? I'm a faithful servant of my lord. Fists up, scoundrel.
Alright, we're going to lure him away from here. Come follow me to a place where no one will see. Wow, dude, thanks. Come.
Giving up already?
Come. Damn, that guy didn't do anything to him, so we're going to have a full-on fight with our boss here. A lot of fist fights this episode. Get out of here, dude.
Shit.
Shit. What? Couldn't even block that one. Usually, that that like brawler guy, beats him up pretty bad. I guess this time he didn't. It's kind of cool. It's a pretty long fight actually. Never had to fight him for this long. Hopefully nobody stumbles in here. No, come in here. It's very important you knock him out inside this barn. He's about to be gone, so yeah, okay, dude. How much punches are you gonna take, my guy? Alright. So now he's unconscious and nobody can see me. I need to steal from him. Take that and the money pouch. And nobody saw a thing. So now we can go talk to Carl again.
I'll be back in 2 shakes. Coming right up.
I've got what you need. Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the rate.
Here you are.
Good luck, no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
And what are you going to do?
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone.
Alright, so that's that. We got the,
What the hell?
Manfred doesn't even know what the hell just happened, dude. I can talk to him again, I think. Can I? Yeah, it doesn't. He thinks he's still got everything on him, but he doesn't, obviously. So next time we come back, we're gonna go enter the monastery and do the monastery quest. Go take a nap, and yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Thank you guys for watching Kingdom Come Deliverance: The Knight's Tale. And I'll see you guys next time we play. Thank you.